to imagine for a moment that you are in an organization which makes heavy use of checklists and job aids and step-by-step instructions. Here's an example of how you can use your learning management system to facilitate the delivery of that training to your users when they need it most. So what you're looking at here is a QR code. This QR code is just a PNG, just an image. It can be downloaded and it can be laminated and it can be posted uh, at the point where a user would need to have access to this particular checklist. Now, this QR code right here refers to a forklift safety check job aid. And so what this could be downloaded, laminated, and it could be posted or taped inside a near the forklift operator's chair, so that in the event that he's getting ready to start up the forklift, he can quickly utilize his phone, he can scan the QR code, and he can have access to that job aid. The nice part is that he doesn't have to be logged into the learning management system, and in fact, does not even have to have an account in the learning management system. Any user in that warehouse, regardless of whether or not they have an account in the LMS, could make use of this this QR code and the job aid that relates to it. And so this could be posted near a QR code similar to this could be posted, for example, near a copy machine with the steps to clear a jam in the copy machine, or it could be placed somewhere near a vehicle operator's, where a vehicle operator needed to be able to affix placards to his vehicle, his commercial vehicle, or it could be the steps for cleaning a kitchen at the close of the shift. Anything, any set of instructions or job aids or checklists can be used this way. So let me show you how it works here. So what you would do is you would log into your Moodle learning management system, and you need to do a couple of things. The first thing that you need to do is you're going to want to go to site administration. You want to go to site administration and then users and then permissions and then user policies. And what you're going to do is scroll down here and you're going to check the box for auto login guests. Now what this means is that a particular course, as long as it has guest access, will be able to be seen by anybody who has the link to that course, regardless of whether they have an account in the learning management system. Now, this is important to note because all of your other courses that you don't want the random person to have access to, you need to make sure that guest access is turned off in those courses. But for the one course that you would like to have the job aid associated with, you want to make sure that guest access is turned on. So that's the first step, is we need to go to that location right here, site administration, users permissions, user policies, and ensure that this block is checked. The next thing that we need to do is we need to go to our courses and manage courses and categories. So site administration, courses, manage courses and categories. And we need to pick a category where we want the course to reside. So this is a test site, a development site. I went ahead and just put it in a category called flagship, and I went ahead and called the course Forklift Safety Check Job Aid. Now, this course is in what's called the single course format. And I'll show you what that looks like here. So let's just go to Edit Settings. So you've got all the standard stuff here at the top. The course should be visible. It should not be hidden. And then when you scroll down to course format, what you want to make sure you do is that you select the single activity format. And then it's going to give you a drop-down box here as soon as you select this for the type of activity. And we want to make sure that it's a file. Now, from the file, when it's a file, now you can upload a JPEG, a PNG, a PDF, pretty much any kind of file that you want that your checklist is in. So just checking the other things. For the appearance, because this is going to be accessible to everybody, you don't need to worry about the gradebook or the reports being shown to students because nobody's going to look at that. And you don't need to worry about completion tracking because guest access is going to be enabled for the course, which means that you're not going to be tracking anything anyway. So once you've got those things done, then you would click Save and Display. Now, when you get to Save and Display, it's not going to do it for me right now. The next screen that you're going to see typically is the enrolled users screen. So it would look like this. Hold on just a moment, and I will show you what that screen looks like. So the next screen that you would get is going to be this screen. You do not need to have any users enrolled, again, because we're not worried about that. We've got guest access enabled, but what you, or we will have it. So now what you need to do for this page right here, you need to get past this page, and you need to go to the main course page. So if you came down here, there'd be a button right here that says proceed to the course page. And then on the course page, you're going to see this. So let me get back to the main course page here. This is what you would see next. You would see this. So you would give it a name, give the file name, forklift safety, just like you would add any file to Moodle. And you would go ahead and add your file here. So this is the PDF, the PNG, the JPEG, whatever it is that you want the users to be able to see. Under Appearance here, I will go ahead and select this to open. And let's see if there's anything else here that is of particular note. Nope, everything else is going to be the same, no restrictions on it, so you click Save and Display. Now, what you're going to get on Save and Display is this. This is not the page that we want. What we want to do is actually open this forklift safety tips. So we want to get to the actual checklist or picture, whatever it happens to be. Now, if you are in Google Chrome, you've got this URL up here, right here. What you can do is you'll click on this little share this page feature right here, and when you click on it, create a QR code is going to come up. So we click on create a QR code. Now don't change this. This is the URL code that is associated with this image. This is not the name of the image. Okay, so leave this by default, whatever that URL is, and then you would click download. Once you click download, you're going to get something like this right here, forklift safety, but it's going to have a different name. You can change the download the file name. That's entirely acceptable. Okay, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to change it right here. Leave this as the URL, download it, and then when the downloaded file, the PNG file, ends up in your downloads file, then you can change it to forklift safety job aid or whatever you want to do right there. Now that you have that QR code, now what you can do is you can take that QR code again, you can laminate it, post it somewhere. We have to do one more thing though. From your forklift safety page right here, we need to go to More, and we need to go to Users, and we need to go to Enrollment Methods, because what we have to make sure we do is that guest access is enabled. So the eyeball needs to be open here. Everything else, self-enrollment, you can disable that. It's not going to be necessary because students aren't going to enroll themselves. And in fact, we don't care if anybody enrolls themselves in it. You can even turn off manual enrollments if you want to. The key element is that guest access has to be enabled. Now what happens is anybody in the entire world, regardless of whether or not they have an account in the LMS, can click on, can scan this QR code and will immediately get this image on their phone or their tablet, whatever device they're using. And so then they can go ahead and do this. So you could create these for every location, every type of circumstance or situation in your organization that needs access, where someone needs immediate access to a checklist or a set of instructions. And you can put all of that in your learning management system, and you can have it available for them. So I thought this was another great usage of the LMS for not just formal e-learning training, but also for very quick on-demand training. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and contact us. We'd be more than happy to sit down and walk you through these procedures again with your particular LMS, and also, you know, with and answer any other questions that you've got about the learning management system. We're here to try and make this as simple as possible for you. Take care.